Carol Burnett's story is often remembered through applause, awards, and the bright glow of television success. Yet the deeper truth lies in how those achievements were forged from profound hardship. Over more than a decade of television dominance and a career spanning stage and screen, she reshaped American comedy while quietly carrying wounds from a fractured childhood, repeated abandonment, and devastating personal loss. Born into instability and raised in poverty, she transformed pain into performance, turning private grief into shared laughter for millions. Behind the iconic smile and effortless timing was a woman who learned early that survival meant adapting, performing, and enduring. Her legacy is not only the laughter she created, but the resilience that allowed her to keep creating, even as life repeatedly stripped away the people she loved most, forcing her to find meaning in humor when reality offered none beyond the applause and the screens. Childhood in a fractured home, Carol Burnett entered the world in 1933 in San Antonio. But her childhood unfolded in a Hollywood apartment defined by instability and emotional chaos. Her parents were trapped in alcoholism and unfulfilled ambition, turning the home into a place of constant arguments and broken trust. Her father eventually disappeared from her life, while her mother drifted in and out, offering brief affection followed by neglect. By age 7, she was sent to live with her grandmother in a cramped one-room apartment where privacy did not exist. Poverty shaped every detail of life, from clothing to meals, and uncertainty became a constant presence. Yet in that environment, she developed imagination and humor as tools for survival and emotional escape. Where he mechanis conk cawud war, as his medical become the Cadet foundateur of her performance style, allowing her to transform personal pain into relatable comedy that resonated with audiences across film and television screens. Hollywood Boulevard and first escapes living with her grandmother in a single-room Hollywood apartment, Carol Burnett found both confinement and unexpected refuge. Her grandmother, though loving, struggled financially, relying on welfare and small jobs to survive. The apartment had no separate bedroom, and Carol slept on a pull-out couch in the shared living space. Despite the hardship, Hollywood's proximity offered escape through movie theaters that became her emotional sanctuary. She spent hours studying performances on screen, absorbing gestures, timing, and emotional nuance. In those darkened theaters, she imagined a life beyond poverty and instability. Film became her education in possibility, showing her that different lives could exist. Yet every return home reminded her of reality, reinforcing both resilience and longing. These early experiences shaped her emotional range, later fueling the authenticity and depth that defined her comedic and dramatic performances on stage and screen, and became the core of her artistic identity forever and beyond. From student stage to New York dream at UCLA, Carol Burnett discovered a disciplined environment where her raw talent began to take structured form. Surrounded by students from more privileged backgrounds, she often felt like an outsider navigating a world she could not yet claim. In acting classes, she learned to channel her experiences into performance, turning vulnerability into strength. Her instructors recognized a rare combination of comedic timing and emotional depth shaped by lived hardship. Every role she played carried echoes of her childhood, giving her performances authenticity beyond her years. Despite limited financial means, she persisted, determined to make a future beyond the constraints of poverty. A senior showcase performance drew attention from industry observers who saw potential in her unique voice. This moment became a turning point, opening doors to opportunities far beyond Los Angeles. Encouraged by mentors and peers, she decided to pursue New York, despite uncertainty and fear in pursuit of success. Arrival in New York and struggle arriving in New York in 1954. Carol Burnett faced a city both dazzling and indifferent. With little money and no established connections, she relied on determination to survive. She took small roles, worked temporary jobs, and often struggled to afford basic necessities. The early years were marked by rejection, uncertainty, and the constant pressure of financial instability. Despite setbacks, she continued auditioning, refining her craft with each opportunity she could find. Gradually, her persistence began to attract attention from theater and television producers. A breakthrough television appearance provided her first significant exposure to a national audience. This exposure marked the beginning of a transition from obscurity to recognition. Though success was still uncertain, she had begun building the foundation of a career that would soon redefine television comedy and eventually lead her to groundbreaking opportunities that changed the landscape of American entertainment forever, both on stage and screen across generations. Broadway breakthrough in the late 1950s. Carol Burnett's career shifted dramatically when she entered the Broadway world. Her performance in a musical comedy earned immediate critical praise for its emotional range and comedic precision. The role demanded both vulnerability and timing, qualities she had developed through years of hardship. Her success in this production established her as a rising figure in American theater. Critics noted her ability to blend humor with emotional depth, setting her apart from her peers. The show's extended run provided stability and visibility, cementing her reputation. With this momentum, she began receiving opportunities in television, a medium still evolving creatively. This transition marked a turning point, expanding her reach beyond theater audiences. It set the stage for a national breakthrough that would soon redefine her career trajectory and positioned her for unprecedented success in television comedy history across the United States and beyond. Audiences worldwide forever influential. The television revolution begins in 1967. Carol Burnett launched a television variety show that would challenge industry expectations. At a time when network executives doubted a woman could anchor a weekly program, she proved otherwise. The show blended sketch comedy, music, and performance, showcasing her versatility as a performer. It quickly distinguished itself through innovative writing and memorable recurring characters. Her willingness to take creative risks set a new standard for variety television. Behind the scenes, she was deeply involved in shaping the tone and direction of the program. The success of the show broke barriers for women in entertainment leadership roles. It became a cultural phenomenon, influencing generations of comedians and writers. The program's impact extended beyond entertainment, reshaping perceptions of what women could achieve in television and opening doors for future female creators and performers across the industry that had long been closed or restricted by tradition and systemic barriers. Broadway breakthrough in the late 1950s. Carol Burnett's career shifted dramatically when she entered the Broadway world. Her performance in a musical comedy earned immediate critical praise for its emotional range and comedic precision. The role demanded both vulnerability and timing, qualities she had developed through years of hardship. Her success in this production established her as a rising figure in American theater. Critics noted her ability to blend humor with emotional depth, setting her apart from her peers. The show's extended run provided stability and visibility, cementing her reputation. With this momentum, she began receiving opportunities in television, a medium still evolving creatively. This transition marked a turning point, expanding her reach beyond theater audiences. It set the stage for a national breakthrough that would soon redefine her career trajectory and positioned her for unprecedented success in television comedy history across the United States and beyond. Audiences worldwide forever influential and systemic expectations. Later career and personal loss. As Carol Burnett's career expanded, so did the emotional weight of personal loss. Despite professional success, she experienced repeated tragedies that deeply affected her personal life. The death of close family members and friends created periods of profound grief. Her daughter's passing at a young age became one of the most devastating moments of her life. She continued working through these hardships, often using humor as a coping mechanism. Audiences rarely saw the private grief behind her public performances. Her ability to perform under emotional strain became both a strength and a burden. These experiences shaped the depth and sincerity that defined her later work. Even as she aged, she remained committed to her craft, carrying both joy and sorrow into her performances, while continuing to inspire audiences with resilience and authenticity that reflected the complexities of her long and evolving life in entertainment and personal experience combined together. Legacy and cultural impact. Carol Burnett's influence on television comedy is widely regarded as transformative. She helped redefine the role of women in entertainment, proving they could lead major productions. Her work opened doors for future generations of comedians, writers, and performers. The Carol Burnett Show became a benchmark for creative freedom and innovation in television. Its sketches, characters, and performances remain influential in modern comedy writing and production. Many contemporary artists cite her as a foundational inspiration for their work. Her approach to blending humor with emotional truth continues to resonate today. Her legacy extends beyond entertainment, influencing cultural attitudes toward comedy, gender roles, and storytelling, and continues to shape how audiences and creators understand the power of performance as both an art form and a means of emotional connection across generations worldwide that continues to influence television and comedy culture today and remains deeply embedded in popular media history and creative expression legacy. Enduring public presence in later life. In her later years, Carol Burnett remained active in the entertainment industry through select appearances. Although she reduced her workload, she continued to participate in projects that interested her creatively. Guest roles in television series and voice performances in animation kept her connected to audiences. Her presence in modern media served as a reminder of her long-standing influence on comedy. Even in smaller roles, she brought recognizable timing and emotional depth to her performances. Interviews and public appearances revealed a reflective perspective on her life and career. She often spoke about gratitude, resilience, and the importance of laughter in difficult times. Her continued visibility reinforced her status as a cultural icon, whose work transcended generations while also highlighting the enduring relevance of her contributions to television comedy and the lasting emotional connection she maintained with audiences around the world through decades of consistent and meaningful creative work in entertainment and culture. The weight of memory and loss throughout her life, Carol Burnett experienced profound personal losses that shaped her emotional world. The death of close family members, including her grandmother and colleagues, left lasting emotional impact. Her daughter's passing at a young age became one of the most significant tragedies of her life. These experiences were not isolated events, but accumulated over decades, shaping her perspective on resilience. She often carried these memories quietly while continuing her professional commitments. Her ability to maintain composure in public contrasted with the private weight she bore. Despite grief, she continued to find meaning through work and creative expression. Her story reflects the complex relationship between public success and private sorrow, showing how resilience can coexist with deep emotional struggle over a lifetime, and how creative expression often becomes a pathway for processing grief and loss in meaningful ways that resonate across audiences and generations. Beyond her lifetime legacy, continuing influence today, and cultural history. Conclusion: a legacy of laughter and survival. Carol Burnett's life represents a rare combination of artistic brilliance and personal endurance. From a childhood marked by instability and poverty, she built a career that reshaped American television comedy. Her journey reflects the transformative power of creativity in the face of hardship, Through humor, she turned personal pain into shared cultural experience. Her influence extends beyond entertainment, shaping how audiences understand resilience and emotional expression. She demonstrated that comedy can emerge from suffering without diminishing its authenticity. Her legacy continues through generations of performers inspired by her work. Carol Burnett remains a symbol of resilience, creativity, and the enduring human capacity to find laughter even in the darkest moments. Her story continues to inspire audiences, reminding them that hardship can coexist with joy and that creative expression often transforms personal struggle into shared understanding across generations worldwide, leaving a lasting legacy of humor and humanity in performance history.